Acker Bilk had the only clarinet solo I can think of on the pop charts in the golden year. Stranger on the Shore went to number 1 in 1962. Acker Bilk died November 2nd. He was 85. Now on Solid Gold Sock Hop, we remember some other music industry people we lost in 2014.
New Orleans ladies.
Fergie Fredrickson, who was with LaRue and later with Toto, died on January 18th. He was 62.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn.
Pete Seeger passed away January 27th. He was 94.
Four strong winds that blow lonely, seven seas that run high.
Joe Frazier, a member of the Chad Mitchell Trio, was 77 when he left us on March 28th. Arthur Smith, who wrote Dueling Banjos, died on the 3rd of April. He was 93.
How does it feel?
Bobby Gregg, who played drums on records by Bob Dylan and Simon and Garfunkel, and later became a producer, died on May 3rd. He was 78. Ed Gagliardi, who played bass for Foreigner, was 62 when he left us on May 11th.
Have you looked into your heart?
Singer Jerry Vale was 83 when he died on May 18th. Blues guitar legend Johnny Winter entered rock and roll heaven on the 16th of July. He was 70. Dick Wagner played guitar for Alice Cooper and Lou Reed. He died on July 30th at the age of 71. Glenn Cornick was a bass player with Jethro Tull. He died on the 28th of August at age 67.
The search is over. Love was right before my eyes.
Jimmy Jameson with Survivor was 63 when he died August 31st.
Operator, give me information.
Tim Hauser with Manhattan Transfer was 72 when he died October 16th.
Come on, let's twist again.
Dave Apple was a writer and arranger for Cameo Parkway Records. He wrote Let's Twist Again for Chubby Checker and later produced Knock 3 Times for Tony Orlando and Dawn. Dave died on November 18th. He was 92. Probably the most famous work by session saxophone player Bobby Keys was on the Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar. He died on the 2nd of December. He was 70.
It's all too beautiful.
Ian McLagan was a keyboard player with Small Faces, later Faces. He was 69 when he left us on December 3rd.
Heartbeat, why do you miss when my baby kisses me?
Bob Montgomery was part of a duo called Buddy and Bob. The Buddy was Buddy Holly, and Bob wrote Buddy's Heartbeat. Bob was 77 and died on December 4th.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Larry Henley wrote the Grammy-winning song The Wind Beneath My Wings. He was also part of the trio called the New Beats. Larry died December 18th at age 77. Larry Ramos, who played guitar and sang with the Association, died April 30th, 2014. He was 72. Larry's band had 7 top 40 hits in the 60s, and this was one of 2 that reached number 1. more time, here's your trivia question. 1987, the first woman inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who was she? Answer it either Ben at solidgoldsock.com or trivia at solidgoldsock.com.
Jingles provided by Ben Friedman.
Our voiceover imaging from TP Media, theme music from Digital Juice, chart information from Billboard, and songs on the show you can download through iTunes or Amazon. And from us to you,
Happy New Year!
and thanks for listening and spreading the word. We'll see you right here next week. This has been Sandifer.
Solid Gold Sucker Prop. GNS Productions.
Copyright 2014, all rights reserved.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
I'll pick you up after school. Okay, I got it.
It's easy to take a day for granted. You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Today. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Ready.gov. This message brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
CDC works 24/7 to save lives and protect Americans. In this month's Vital Signs, we're addressing the epidemic of prescription drug overdose. Prescription painkiller deaths have skyrocketed in women. In 2010, more than 6,600 women died from prescription painkillers, 4 times as many as died from cocaine and heroin combined. Prescription opiate overdose is a growing and under-recognized risk for women in the United States. Healthcare providers, policymakers, and people in our communities can work together so patients who need prescription medicines can get them safely and use them appropriately. Stopping this epidemic in women and men is everybody's business. Doctors need to be cautious about prescribing and patients about using these drugs. Together, we can turn this epidemic around.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared.
Prevent your child's next asthma attack. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many. Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I don't know how to talk like a parent. Don't make me come back there. You see what I mean? It's pretty awful. Try it again. Don't make me come back there. Now that's pretty good. That one kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Thanks for listening to the Dirty South Network. Join us next week worldwide. Listen to us on radio, check listings for stations and times, or catch this or previous shows on demand anytime at aircheck.us/.